Hi everyone, welcome to day 12 of 30 Days of Night, a photo marathon where I shoot one roll of film every day for 30 days while switching the camera and lens setup. Today I'm going to be shooting with the Rollei 35B. This is yet another camera that I've never shot with. This is a really tiny 35mm camera. Here it is compared to the Pentax Auto 110, basically the same size. This has a solid build for light seal management. It has a maximum aperture of f3.5. The viewfinder is essentially just a piece of glass or plastic, and you can actually see the lens right here. I'm just gonna go check my social media and see which film you guys voted for today. Oh man. Okay. By a vote of 9-0, you chose Ilford Pan F plus 50. Look how short of a distance it is from one end to the other. Basically, like, there's the canister, there's your frame, there's where it's rolling into. I might have wasted an extra frame or two just to ensure that it uptook. It looks like I'm gonna have to gauge my distance with my eye too. It won't be easy for me to focus today. Minimum focusing distance is 3 feet. Having a window as my viewfinder and basically just having to guess my distance are my two main challenges today. Okay, something interesting I just noticed is that if you look at it from the top, it's in feet, but on the bottom it displays meters as well. That is so cool. Okay, it says I'm about 12 shots in now. It's probably more like 15 or 16 with those shots I wasted at the beginning of the roll. Okay, I made my first major boo-boo. The shutter speed isn't on the top here. It's right down here on the ring. So I've been shooting everything so far at 1/30th of a second. We'll see how forgiving Pan F50 is, I guess. Well, now that I've wasted more than half my roll on safety loading and overexposing my images, I should probably be careful for my last 8 shots or so. So just like that, I took my last shot and didn't even know it. Made a crunch sound. I knew I must have been at the end of my rope there. Essentially, I haven't been this nervous about developing a roll since I heard the Kiev 4 rip at Heritage Park. I'll be happy if I have one good shot off this roll. Between the window viewfinder, the extra loading, guessing my focusing distance, all that sort of stuff. So heading back home now and into the dark room. Okay, now that I'm back in the darkroom and I'm about to develop this roll, I gotta say, I'm not very confident in the work that I did. I feel like when I'm unsure about my settings and stuff like that, I kind of blaze through a roll and just be like, oh, I'll just see how it looks and I'll try next time, except that doesn't really work in this case. The other things are the window for the viewfinder. The fact that I had the shutter speed wrong. That area where the shutter speed was actually for the light meter. Working in ISO 50, the distance on it, especially the distance focusing. I don't know feet or meters, to be honest with you, and I was basically just guessing how far things were away. On the other hand, I'm my own worst critic, and these could be fine. Well, it passed the first test. It's in the canister. One of my viewers pointed out that I put my spindle in upside down, so I put it in that way instead of this way, and he was kind of curious about that. Now, the reason for that is when it's on the right way, like, it turns fine now, but I find that it catches more, or it has a greater chance of catching while I'm trying to agitate in this twisting motion. Whereas this way is just, even now I can tell, it just feels a lot more smooth, it glides more. He says he did it once and he got fogging. I've never noticed any fogging from this. That is my reasoning for that. Being on day 12 and developing a roll every day, I'm obviously trying to do different things now to shave down my time, save water, all that sort of stuff. Here's what I'm doing right now to save time and get more accurate temperatures. First, I run the cold water on full blast for maybe 30 seconds or a minute, essentially until the temperature stops dropping. So the cold water leveled off at about 60 Fahrenheit. Shut the cold water off, run the hot water for, again, 30 seconds a minute at full blast to speed up the process. Here's a mercury thermometer that goes up to 220 Fahrenheit. Let's see how hot the water gets. Right now I hit about 140 Fahrenheit. That's where it's leveled off. Now I just turn the hot water on just a little bit. There are two things I make a mental image of: what it sounds like coming out of the faucet and what it looks like coming out of the faucet. Then I toss the cold water on full blast and see what I've got. Focus, damn it. It says 68 degrees. So this is normally where I pull the film out and have a look. But to be honest, I think that's the reason why it's my negatives are still dirty and I've had to rewash them. That and the fact that I haven't had any Hypo Clear in a week. So I'm going to do it the proper way. I'm going to leave this for, like, I don't know, at least 15 minutes and see how that goes. Every time I think of it, I'll change the water, and in the meantime, I'm going to get some cleaning done. Starting with this table, holy shit. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I gotta do this more often for sure. And that's much better. Everything that you see on there is pretty much permanent. It's been in there for about 10 minutes now, but I'm gonna give it just a little bit longer. I'm doing several vigorous water changes now. I figured even if these images are all fucked up, I could still tackle my issue with my dirty negatives. Alright, I did about 10 water changes after 10 minutes of constant washing. I'm ready to have a look at them. Oh, look at that, guys. We have proper negatives. You know what? Even my overexposed ones don't look too bad. 1 milliliter solution of PhotoFlow 200. don't need that. Swish it around a little bit to get the bubbles going. Don't need that on anymore. This is really informal. Normally I would leave it on the spool, but I don't see any issue here. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna hang them up to dry. My film negatives are still dirty as fuck. You can see it just drips all the way down. Exact same thing happened yesterday. It's more concentrated on the top, and then by the time you get down here, like glass. So what I'm thinking is that it's the clothespins. Through my digging though, I did find 1 pack of hypo clearing agent. Unfortunately, it expired February 2011, 5 years ago. But you know what? I'm gonna use it anyway. Darkroom chems in their powder form are obviously concentrated and that much more dangerous. Don't be an idiot. I'm just going to give it a little time to settle and come down in temperature. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. The Hypo Clear is clear. Still pretty warm though. Okay, I'm still getting 80 Fahrenheit, but once I add water to it, it should come down that much more. Okay, here we go again. My phone's at 12%. I'm gonna have to recharge. I'm gonna let this wash for the next 10 minutes and we'll see how she turns out. Okay guys, my negatives are a lot cleaner now, but they're still a little cloudy. That being said, I still think they're good enough to scan. I've got to keep this train rolling, and I'll be able to tackle this tomorrow by changing another element in my development process. Here are today's highlights. The one thing I found interesting is almost all of my highlights are vertical shots again. And here's my top pick for today. I only had a fraction of a moment to adjust my focusing distance and my composition. I think it turned out better than I visualized it. Hi everyone. I'm going to reward you for making it to the end of this video by holding a giveaway. To enter, all you need to be is subscribed like and share this video, then leave a comment below telling me your favorite moment from the last 12 days. The prize is a mystery box of items I've collected in my travels as the Picarazzo. The winner will be announced on day 16.